Alright guys, welcome back to another living room DIY session. Yes, if you guys don't already know, I do all my work here in the living room and the kitchen. Today's session is a long overdue video that has been requested by plenty of my viewers for a long time. And I've mentioned this before in my videos. The reason why I don't show this part of the process of my hunting season, the preps for it, is because if you do this, it automatically it automatically voids your bow warranty. This is a oh crap! I just hit my glasses. So this is a Hoyt Carbon Element. I acquired this secondhand. When I got it, it did not have a string. It came with these cables, but did not have a string. It had a different sight. And of course, I have a new CBE sight for it. It's a 3-pin CBE tactic sight. I like using CBEs, and that's what it's going to go on there. It does have the Ultra Rest, the QAD Ultra Rest, so it came with that. But because the strings were not actually complete, I already know this bow is going to be out of tune. So I'm going to tune it, and I'm going to show you guys how I tune it. If you guys do this, please be extremely careful. There's a lot of pressure on these strings. If you do it wrong, you could potentially break your limbs, snap a string. You could really hurt yourself. So please, if you ever decide to do this, do it with extreme caution. I do this because I've been doing it for a long time. I have never had a malfunction on me. Not to say that it won't happen in the future, and I hope it nepe does. But yeah, if you do decide to do this, please use extreme caution. You can get seriously hurt from doing this. With that being said, guys, enjoy the video. I hope you guys learned something. And here we go. So first off, what I'm going to show you guys is how I check the alignment of the bow. Okay, so if you get one of your arrows, if you get one of your arrows and you put it flush. I should probably do it this way. Give me a second. If you put it flush to your cams like that, your arrow and your line should be parallel. If you set your arrow to your cam flushed, it should be parallel. Like your line and your arrow should be parallel. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see how it starts off right there. It's already gapping and opening at an angle. And if you were to put it onto the other side, you can see that the arrow overlaps the bowstring. It should not be doing that. When you put your arrow on your cam, it should sit something. This is not it's not flush, it's just a tip, but it should fit something like this. It should be able to just sit parallel to your bowstring. Yeah, I already know this bow's out of tune because I took it to the range a couple times already, and it shot great. Field point shot great, dead on up to I think I have it 20, 30, 40. I was shooting dead on to 40 yards with field point, and then as you can see, this is I use this arrow actually. This is the one that I tested it out with. The ones with fletchings are my hunting arrows, and then the ones without it are my non-hunting. Those are just my field points. But yeah, the reason the fletch is gone is because the tune was off. And after I shot the field points, it was dead on. I shot this, and the arrow just kind of like went to the left, and it deflected off the box target, and it totally destroyed my fletching. Luckily, I was able to get the fletching off completely without ruining the my hush sticker. So I was like, cool, I could put a new fletching on there and I should be fine. You can kind of see that it has little marks from my old fletch. But yeah, I was able to clean off decent. Hopefully I can re-put a new fletch and not waste this sticker, because these are my last stickers. But yeah, so I know 100% that my bow, this Hoyt Carbon Element, is definitely out of tune, shooting to the left. It's deflecting my arrows to the left, my broadheads. And just from checking the cams, I can see that there's definitely a right lean to it. So it's when you shoot, it's going to kind of like jerk the arrow like that. So the arrows can go to the left, and that's exactly what happened when I put the broadhead on. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I will show you guys what you need to tune your bows. Be very careful. Again, I don't know how much I can stress that. I'm only showing you guys this because it's been requested by hundreds of you guys asking how do you do your own bow, because I know that, you know, bow shops are always packed. And I do have a few buddies of mine who brings me to let me work on their bows, because they can never get their bows back in time for hunting season. So yeah, what you will need if you ever decide to do your own bow, you know, tune your own bow, work on your own bow, once again, use extreme caution when you decide to do this, is get some paracord or some string. These are actual bow pull strings for a crossbow. It came with my 175-pound crossbow. This is the pull string for it, so that I could restring the bow. So I know this will hold up to whatever I'm doing here, because it's, you know, it's supposed to be able to pull 175 pounds. So that's what these are. They got loops on each end, and I'll show you why you need these loops on each end. And a simple ratchet. That's my bow press. I have a ratchet with 2 hooks on each end, and that's what you need to do. So yeah. So you want to put the loops on each end because you're going to put these loops onto your bow, your limbs. Kind of like that. And you go on to the next side, and you do the same thing. You put them on each side. Just like that. So it'll stay on there. So yeah, now you have these 2 things like this, so that you could pull your bow together. I actually learned this on YouTube, how to restring. They did a lot of these on YouTube for how to restring your bows, but for me, this is how I do it to tune my bow, and it gets it to pretty close to shooting bullet holes when you're trying to paper tune your bow. So I cannot show you guys the paper tune today, but I will show you guys how I tune it at least. So yeah, and you put this. Always make it easier on yourself by giving yourself enough string. You put these 2 together, and then you just ratchet it up until your string pulls in together. Be careful to make sure that this doesn't go into the between your cables. I have done that before, and yeah, it can really mess up your string. Okay, now that everything is loose, so what I want to do is, with this cable right here, I gotta take this off, and then I gotta put some twist into it. You don't want to put too much, because too much it's very easy to put too much twist into it. So I'm gonna put about 4 twists. I think that's what I'm gonna need. Yeah, tuning your own bow is a lot of work. You gotta constantly compress, depress your bow. So I've already twisted it. Let me just show you guys. So I've twisted this 4 times. Let me just untwist it 4 times for you guys. And then basically you want to hold it back here and not twist the loop, but you want to make sure the whole string twists. So I'm going to twist it back 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put the loop back into this little groove kind of deal. And then you decompress the bow back to its original state. This part you have to be really careful, because what you want to do is you pull this part back here to release the cranking, right? And then you want to come back to the furthest one that you can. I think I could put it back here. And then there's another little thing right here that you hold on to. There's a little thing right here that you can pull back. So you pull this part right here back that way. Don't press the button anymore. You just pull it back like you're going to crank it. It cranks it up. And then you pull this lever here, this locking mechanism. And you have to slowly release it and put it onto one of the teeth to lock it in place. Learn how to use the ratchet before you do this, so you don't hurt yourself. Because the ratchet is its own tool, and you got to figure out how to use it before you can do this. So yeah, and then you just keep decompressing the bow until you get to where you could just kind of release the whole thing altogether, and just like that, your bow is back together. And while you're doing that, you want to make sure that all your strings are in the grooves, so it doesn't basically de-string on you. So yeah, and then take off all these side gadgets, get your arrow, and you just recheck it again to make sure that everything is good. And just like that, I'm pretty close now to what I actually want. The reason why I was able to do it is because I've been working on bows so much that I kind of know how many twists it takes to line it up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you guys are able, I'll show you. So yeah, you want it flush to your cam like that, you know, with a lot of surface area, and you can see. Come on, buddy. There he goes. But yeah, just like that, it's flush to cam. Again, flush, and you can see it's parallel to the string now. You see that compared to earlier? This is pretty much parallel to the string now. If you go to the next side, you have the same deal. It's flush along the string. And yeah, guys, that's how you tune your own bow when you're at home. There's a lot of nicks and knacks that you gotta kind of do. You gotta make slight adjustments here and there, like do half twists, quarter twists. But that's once you become more experienced with it. Again, it did not work out for me on the first try. This took me a couple tries. The first time I did it, it probably took me a couple of hours. This took me 30 minutes to do simply because I'm recording. But yeah, retuning your own bow is very fun. It's very satisfying knowing that you're able to do it. I do this to all my bows, and again, I don't only do it to my bows. I do it to a few of my buddies too. They used to take their bows to the bow shop, but as you guys know, bow shops, they get backed up, especially this time of year. It's coming around. Deer season is just right around the corner. Everybody's trying to get their bows worked out, and just learning how to do it will put you a step ahead, because you can do it yourself. You don't have to rely on somebody else to do it, and you actually know what's being done to your bow. So yeah, that's how I tune my bow. The last thing I gotta do, which is this, I've already knock tuned. I've already shot it. I know that it's knock tuned. I'm not worried about it. Shoot like that. So yeah, my arrow, I already know. Oh, it's the camera. I already know my bow is knock tuned. I'm not worried about it. The only problem I was having was my left and right, which was very bad. And yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting this. Now that I know it's tuned, I want to try to go when I have time. I unfortunately can't do paper tune here. I have to go to my brother's house and do paper tune. I gotta go paper tune it and make sure I'm still shooting bullet holes. This will be the first time I'm tuning this bow, so I'm totally excited to using it. And I'm planning on using this bow for the upcoming 2022 season. I had a great time with the Hoyt Rampage. The one thing I didn't like about the Rampage is it has a little creak in the cam system. It doesn't matter how often I shoot it. I'll shoot it right now. Let's say like right now, right? It's 1 o'clock right now. I'll shoot it right now. I'll put it away. 2 o'clock, I'll shoot it again. And the first drawback, once it's settled back down, it'll make a little click, like not a click, but it's like a little crack, like that. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And then I found out that it's a common Rampage problem. So yeah, totally looking forward to using the Hoyt Carbon Element. That's what I'm going to be using this season. And as you can see, I just tuned it. That's just a slight tune. I won't actually know if I need more work on it until I actually go shoot it. I would take this little gadget with me, this little setup, to the farm, and I work on it out there in my car to basically fine tune it to the best of my knowledge. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And there you go, guys, for all you guys that always wondering how to do it. I hope you guys learn how to do it now. Start tuning your own bows. Be very careful. Use extreme caution. And have a great season, guys.